All right, all right. So welcome back, round two, Spotlight 39. We're coming live from Studio 39, aka the Bear Cave. We just wrapped up a JUCO conversation with a couple great young men out in Arizona. Now I got my man Emmett, uncommitted, got a handful of D1 offers already. We're going to learn a little bit about that, learn a little bit about who he is. But before we do, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's blow this thing up, man. Let's continue to get these stories out there so we can continue to gain exposure that these kids truly deserve, man. Comment down below. Tell us who you want to have on the show. More importantly, comment down in the comment section during this live broadcast. Show my man some love. I'll bring it up on the screen so we can see it. Now that that's out the way, man, let's get into it. Let's learn a little bit about who you are. So tell us who you are, where you're from, what you do, graduating class, man, anything else you want to add. The floor is yours.
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me on the show. It's a blessing to be on here. My name's Emmett Johnson. I'm currently a junior. I go to the Academy of Holy Angels. I grew up in Minneapolis, Minnesota. My graduating class is 2022, and I play running back and I play free and strong safety.
Okay. So we play on the offensive side, we play on the defensive side. Is it a strong mix between the two, or do you find yourself playing one or the other more frequently?
Right now, I've been getting recruited for both, so
Okay.
see where that leads. But I like offense. I'll say a little bit better right now, but when I play defense, I go all out. So whatever you put me whatever position you put me at, I'm just ready to play.
Good deal, man. So let's learn a little bit about that talent, man. Let's you being in Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken, you got to throw in some pads, right? You got to play some football this past season or this past
Yeah,
fall, I should say, right? So walk me through how your season went individually, man. Like, you can tell us about the team and how it did, but I'm curious to know, what went well for you. What stood out, that you improved on from the year before.
yeah. Coming from my sophomore year, I had a really good sophomore year. I had to deal with some adjustments this season because we had a shortened season. But me personally, I feel like I got stronger. I think I got better in every part of my game, but mostly stronger and being able to break tackles. And this year, I had a really good junior season. I think it was my best season for sure, playing both sides of the ball. And I hope my team win the section championship, in which we couldn't
Okay.
play this year, but
So you still
section
got the
champ.
title, right?
Yeah, we still got that title.
There we go, man. So you had a pretty strong season on both sides of the ball, right? You felt like you improved your game pretty significant from the year before, right? So I'm curious to find out, what did you recognize this season, as an opportunity that you really want to work on during the off season to prepare for next year.
Uh, me me personally, I'm not gonna say I just need to work on one area. I feel like I can get better in everything, but I'll say for sure just being able to break more tackles and go down falling forward instead of just falling short of tackles, and also just my cutting ability, just being more swift with my cuts. And I watch a
Okay.
lot of and I watch a lot of them, so I've been trying to take notes from the pros and just take little parts of their game and put it into mine.
There we go. That's a very strong best practice. Are you a part of any 7-on-7? Are you planning on going to any camps, combines, anything like that? What do you got coming up?
Yeah. So I'm not a part of any 7-on-7 because during I play basketball also. So
Okay.
during the season, I don't really do 7-on-7, but I'm looking forward to going to camps this summer and this spring. Try to go play against the best of the best in the country and get my name out there more.
Good deal, man. So let's do this, man. Let's find out if you tackle the books, man, like you do on the field. What's your grades looking like?
Yeah, my grades are good. I go to a really hard private school in Richfield, Minnesota called Holy Angels, and I currently have a 3.0 GPA here,
Okay.
which is which is good for me coming from a public middle school. The transition was really hard my freshman year. The
Imagine.
class was really tough, but I adapted to it well, and I'm glad I'm doing good here because if I do good here, I'll be better prepared for college.
Nah, for sure, man. And anytime you have to hit the books hard, in high school, man, it's only setting you up for success in college. So that's super cool, man. So let's get to the fun part, man. Let's talk about what the recruiting processes look like for you. So what was your breakthrough aha moment that really kickstarted this whole thing for you? And when did it start? And then who was it?
Yeah. Uh, I think it started ever since I came to Holy Angels my freshman year.
Okay.
think the time where I felt like like I could be good at this sport is when I had a kick return touchdown my freshman year against a team called Richfield, who is right up the street from us.
Okay.
Uh, Ever since that moment, I gained confidence, and my sophomore year, I ended up starting over a senior,
Okay.
in which and I was like, yeah, man, that's crazy. I got the chance to play over a senior and start varsity my sophomore year, and then my sophomore season, I think throughout the year I learned a lot from my coaches, and we lost in the section semifinal that year,
Okay.
and I think that really helped for this upcoming year because we had a lot of young talent on our team, and guys came back, and we won the section championship this year. So
That's
I
cool,
feel like
man.
prepared for this next season.
That's awesome. So all the right things are in place, to have a very successful, next season, right?
Yeah,
Which, what you said it started when you came to the school, right? So
yeah.
um how many we're what, 4 or 5 D1? Do we have any D2, other opportunities aside from the ones that I see on Twitter?
Not a lot of D2 yet, but I'll say I have a lot of Big Ten, some SEC and Pac-12 schools looking at me right now. So
Okay.
yeah,
So we got we got Power 5 conversations happening right now, right?
yeah, we got conversations coming up soon for sure.
Okay, so I'm just curious, man. You being in Minnesota, have you had any conversation with the Gophers? And you
Yeah,
don't have to elaborate. I'm just curious if there was a conversation.
yeah. I went to a couple game day visits my sophomore year.
Okay,
So it was great. I love my state. Coach Fleck was fun to talk to. Just talk to the head coach.
yeah, man.
Uh,
Super high energy, right?
yeah, high energy, and I think the best part of the visit was being on the field before the game
Yep.
and just being around the players, and the environment was fun. My favorite game I went to was the Penn State one for sure.
Oh wow. So
That was the
you got to enjoy the
yeah,
Minnesota Penn State game.
yeah, that was a
Okay.
big yep.
Fingers
But yeah,
crossed, man. This whole COVID thing, loosens up, man, and I'll be out in Minneapolis. Hopefully, I get to come to the Ohio State game. That's the one I'm looking forward to this year, man. But yeah. So I didn't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. The Gophers, they're still recruiting me. They've been recruiting me for a couple of years now.
Okay,
I'm really just open to any school right now and just trying to find the best fit for me.
for sure.
I love my hometown school. And be close to, but I'm open to everybody right now.
Yeah, man, as you should be, man. Like,
Yep.
I'll take a 2 second spin off, and I'll just throw this out there, man. This whole podcast is in honor of my man Darius Minor, which obviously he's the logo, he's the background.
Yeah.
But we really thought he was going to be a Virginia Tech Hokie, man. Like,
Yeah.
that was his dream school. It's 3 hours down the road. That's where we thought he was going, right? And then UMaine came calling at the 11th hour, right before signing day. You know, initially he was going to blow off the official visit. I was like, look, man, just get on the plane, go out there and hear what they got to say, right? If you come home and you still want to be a Hokie, by all means, come home and be a Hokie. But just
Yeah.
at least go out there and think of it as a job interview, soak it up, enjoy the experience, man, and just listen to what they have to say. So,
Yeah.
come full circle. He came home. He said it felt like home. He felt the brotherhood, and he was committed to the University of Minnesota, which, I started scratching my head and I was like, I didn't even know they had a football team, let alone a D1 football team. So I had to do some Google research, and and I'm sure glad I did, man. And he got there, and I think he would have made a crazy, crazy good impact on the team. Unfortunately, his life was cut short far too young. In 2018, 2 weeks into his freshman year, right after strength and conditioning in the morning, man. So I won't go too deep into detail because I get a little choked up if you can't hear it in the voice. But nonetheless, that's why the show exists, and I figured I'd plug him in because exactly what you said, man. You love your home state, but you're very open, and that's exactly what he was, right? He loved Virginia
Yeah.
Tech. We're here in Virginia, but at the same time, he kept an open mind and decided, UMaine was where he was going to call home. So that is that, man. Let's get back to you though. So
Yeah.
super open to recruiting. Hopefully, we get some coaches out there, man, that put some eyes on this because I think you're a fantastic young man. I think you got a very bright future. But let's stop talking about football, man. Let's stop talking about you working out, you playing football, you playing basketball, even. Let's stop talking about sports. Let's start talking about who you are as a person, man. So let's take this opportunity to share who you are outside of the game. When you're not working out, when you're not playing a video game that's related to sports, when you're not doing anything sports related, who are you? What do you like to do?
Uh, Me, I love spending time with my family. Of course, I don't really go out a lot, like you said, other than if it's working out or school. I'm a really hard worker. That's something I've always been. It's just a hard worker. Good academics. Just any coach or any team I'm on, I'm just gonna give you my effort, regardless of what it is. It doesn't have to be a sport. It could be in life. Uh, just yeah, I'm just a hard worker, and also I feel like my family really we my mom, my dad, everybody we're humble people. So I don't really like bragging about sports or anything.
Sure.
Like I like having conversations other than sports and just getting to know people as well as getting to know coaches.
Very cool, man. So
Yeah,
I'm gonna redirect it a little bit, man, because I want to learn a little bit about a little more about you personally, right? So
yeah,
when I'm having this conversation, man, I've talked to a young man. He was real
yeah,
big into bunny rabbits, right? Which caught me by surprise, man. So do you collect bunny rabbits? Are you a sneakerhead? Are you a big
yeah.
live entertainment concert goer, man? Like what are you involved with outside of all the stuff we just talked about, man? Let's peel back the onion. Let's learn about you, man. You're still a kid, right? You're still a teenager. You're
Yeah,
still learning life. So what do you like to
yeah.
do?
I mean, I like making TikToks. Me and my brother. That's something we've always liked doing. But most importantly, like I said, family time. I love
Okay.
spending time. That's just something I love doing. My sister, she's in college right now, and my brother, they're away from home. So when they come down, it's just fun to, have family bonding and speak with them. I love learning how to cook. My
There we
parents
go.
are really good at cooking. So I love learning how to make new things. My parents are Liberian, so they're from Africa.
That's
They make
awesome.
different meals. I enjoy making food with them and
So
just
what's
learning.
what's the favorite go-to meal, man? When mom and dad's in the kitchen, what's the favorite, nationality food, man? Not something that, I can go to McDonald's and get, man. What's the go-to in the kitchen?
I say for sure my dad loves rice. So
Okay.
if you come close, you're always gonna find rice somewhere. Like,
Okay.
and it could be with any soup. Rice, chicken. Those things are just always gonna be here no matter what. And that's something I'll eat every day if I need something to eat. Always something I have to eat. A lot of different soups though. A lot of different soups to eat it with.
Nah, man, that's super cool, man. So look, I appreciate you taking the time, jumping on the show, man, sharing your story. Like I said, I think you got an incredibly bright future, man. And I'm gonna close it out with the same question I do every single time. And that question is, what motivates and what drives you to want to wake up tomorrow and be that much more successful than you were today?
Yeah, I think just seeing my parents, how hard they work, how much they sacrifice for me every day, just seeing them work, just makes me want to be the best person I can be. My brother, he motivates me every day to be better. I see him working out a lot. Uh, he pushes me as a person, even as a person as well as on the field and on the court. He pushes me a lot. But the biggest thing is just my family. How much they sacrifice for me. That just makes me want to go up and be great. Be the best person I can be
That's
in whatever.
awesome. So clearly, family is super important to you. It's what keeps you going. It's what drives you. It's what's motivating you. And I think as long as you've got that inside, man, you're gonna go as far as you want to go. So keep that inside. Keep that hunger going, man. But nonetheless, I'm gonna throw this out there for everybody that's watching. Anybody that's gonna watch the rerun of this live, please continue to do what you do. Share, subscribe, blast on social media, do all those things, man. But more importantly, give this video a thumbs up. That's the only way it's really gonna, explode. It's really gonna blow up. So give it a thumbs up. I say it as corny as it is, man. It doesn't cost a dime to hit subscribe, right? It literally costs you nothing to support the channel and help it grow and to gain exposure. So look, I'm going to say thank you. Stay safe, stay healthy. Let's stay in contact so we can run this back throughout your career. And I'm going to throw an open invite, man. So when you decide, the time is right for you to decide, to call a certain program home, if you want to
Yeah.
do it live on the broadcast, man, I got an open invite for you. We can set the graphics up, make it look real fun, real sharp, make it happen. But until then, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll be in contact, all right? I'm coming back.
Blessing, man. It's a blessing to be on here. I'm glad that you could have me on here, and we should do this for sure again sometime. And shout out to everybody watching this. Shout out to people who are gonna watch this. Yeah, just thank you for having me. I
Yes,
love
sir,
being on.
man. I appreciate you. Stay tuned, man.
Appreciate.
Tap into the next live. I'm about to have my man Pancake on here. Oklahoma commit, baby. Let's go. Until then, give
All
me
right,
about 10 minutes. We about to make it happen. Appreciate you.
one more.
Go ahead.
One more thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shout out Back Fam. You know, it's a little group I got going. Called Back Fam. It's just putting the work in, behind the scenes, just being a hard worker and taking that and putting it into your sport. And just shout out Back Fam, man.
That's it, man. Shout them out, right? Cool, man. I
Yeah.
appreciate you. We're going to run this back. Till then,
All
stay
right.
safe.